Welcome back to Clear Talk. On today's episode, we're going to be telling you exactly how we helped two coaches in the last 90 days become millionaires.
And then we discuss how we went from $30,000 a month to $300,000 a month using something that we call hyper-organic.
And then the fastest way to grow an audience online and fill your groups.
And then we discuss why we'll never use an ad agency again.
Let us know down in the comments below, what is your primary method for marketing, organic or paid? Enjoy the show. All right, let's rock and roll, Jay.
Awesome. So we actually got a Keeb in the comments. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. He's saying, Armin, how are you, bro?
What's the name?
Akib.
Oh.
Akib.
Good, man. I'm great. I had a great weekend. Thanks for asking, actually. I had a great weekend.
And he said Eid came early.
Yeah. There you go. I had a great weekend. I just spent the whole day yesterday with my family. Just the whole day. Drove. It was nice out. Like we did a lot of stuff. It was fun, and I still got my 10K steps in just from walking. So it's good. I'm happy, man. This weekend's been good. Lots of people scheduled calls with their office over the weekend alone, just to help them out. So yeah, I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for what's to come. What are we at? The 20th of June?
It's the 21st today.
21st. So we got what? 10 days? Is there 31 days in June?
There's 30.
So we have 9 days?
Yeah.
9 days left till the end of this month. And
we got some work to do.
Yeah.
Got some numbers to hit.
Goal is to hit 300K by the end of the month. You guys are hearing this first, but we're increasing our prices. So.
I didn't think Armin was going to tell you guys that today.
I just decided to. Right now. No, seriously. If you guys have ever been on the fence about working with us and you've been seeing our stuff and our results, price is going up at the end of this month. So we have 9 days. So I'm going to roll out the announcement today. You guys are getting a pre-announcement. Yeah, we're gonna be raising it probably by a few $1,000s. So right now it's steal for what it's at.
Absolutely.
What we're helping people do. So
absolutely.
If you guys are on the fence, man, don't procrastinate.
It's time to hop off.
Waiting has always costed people more money.
Yeah.
Not just physically, but invaluably too, like over time, intangibly. You waste time, all these things. So waiting has never made anyone any money. Waiting has never caused any success. Mm-hmm. Procrastination never encouraged results. Okay. You got to get off the fence. You got to break down that fence. There should be no fence even existing in your mind. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna announce it today.
Holy smokes! All right, that is a little crazy, but it's about time.
It's about happening.
It's about time.
Right. If I left it to J-Band, she's gonna charge you guys a down payment on a small house to just work with us.
I just know our worth, okay? I just know our worth.
If I left it to J-Man, you guys would be paying the same price of a car to just work with us. That's why Jay doesn't choose the prices.
I've just been consistently telling Arvin, like, hey, price increase.
So we should charge this much.
I think we should charge more.
I'm like, Jay, people put down payments on houses with that money. Not that it's a bad investment. I mean, I could charge $100,000.
And it'll be justified.
And you guys will still go and 10x your investment over a year.
Seriously.
Like, it's true, but there is a barrier to, what can someone afford to come in.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, it will go up. If you're on the fence, you got to book a call today. We already have so many spots filled up, so don't miss the boat, Don't miss the boat like we missed it on Center Island. I had to get on a different boat.
Yes.
All right, what's the questions today? Or comments, anyone saying hi? By the way, if you're in the comments right now, let us know where you're from. I would love to know. A lot of new people in the group. Love to know where you guys are from.
Yeah, so Akib actually mentioned he's from the UK.
Cool.
And he did ask us a question. He said, how did you scale from your 50K to 300K month so far? Was it scaling Facebook ad budgets mainly?
No. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh. We're diving into it. Yeah, so It wasn't. It was not, man. I got from 0 to 30K, all ads. That's risky. If I could do it differently, I would have started with organic. But my first 30,000 a month was about 33,900. We ran ads. We spent about $3,700 in ads, and we got back 10x our return. But that was like literally a one-off hit. Because the next month we made like no sales. Then the next month we got 2 sales. The next month we got 3 sales. So I kind of climbed. And then our first 50K month, we did $58,000. 30 of that was from ads. 20 of it was from organic. And it's because my ad account got shut down for a week, and in that week I had to figure something out.
Had to get creative.
So I ended up I didn't even have any organic training. That's the funny part. Like no one back then, I didn't know much. I just thought like, let me just take one of my ads and post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I did that, and I threw a call to action at the end, and boom, we closed. We booked like tons of calls, and then we closed 20,000 that week. And then I'm like, man, that was powerful. So then the next month I'm like, I want to do 100K a month, and I did it. Purely 80 of it was organic.
Yeah.
20 of it, see how that's flipped now? Last month it was 30 paid, 20 organic.
Mm-hmm.
Next month 80 paid organic, 20 paid.
Yeah.
I could even argue that 90 of it, 95 of it was like organic because we hit our email list and all that too. So, but we did 100K a month with that. And then we started hovering between like 30 to 100 for like 2 months after. Because I pushed back from organic and my ads were just kind of still coming in because ads were always giving me like consistent book calls.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like big spikes like organic. Because organic, if you really focus it, double down,
Mm-hmm.
you could have like 100,000 a week. Forget about month. Forget about quarter. You're like 50K month. Like people are hitting me up because I posted about my 30K day yesterday. This past week, it's our second 30,000 day in the last 90 days, and a year ago this month
was 30K.
Was a 30,000 month, and I'm like, whoa.
Our first 30 month online.
Yeah,
so it was a pivotal.
And
moment.
it's like crazy to think like now it's a 30,000 a day instead of a month, and our weeks are doing more than some of our months back to back last year was. Yeah. And the only difference was now I'm doubling down on organic, and I realized the power of it, and I'm almost I want to apologize to the organic gods because at first I'm like organic's for losers. I'm like organic is for people who have jobs. That's not a business. You can't scale organic. And then, Retargeting slapped me up because I saw people doing 300, 400, 500 grand a month organically, literally no ads. I'm like, okay, maybe I got something to learn. So I did, and I went out there and I learned, and I'm like, damn,
yeah,
organic is so powerful. And then I really realized, even if you read Traffic Secrets book from Russell Brunson, he's not talking about. Like he tells you how to use ad platforms.
Yeah.
But what he's really trying to teach you is how to organically build a strong foundation that never gets shaken no matter what iOS updates or policies for ads come out. Because when you build a really strong following organically, you can't ever fail.
Yeah.
You can literally go back and sell the same audience over and over. You can always have an audience for anything you want to create that's new. Advertising doesn't do that. And the biggest shift for me, man, was this. So my answer to your question is went from 50 to like 200-300 grand a month was organic, like really taking organic seriously. But I'll tell you what shifted me into doing that is I went to a mastermind in January, and there was a lot of people there. And there's some companies that are doing like $1 million a month organically, right? Now there's obviously ads involved in that, but most of their strategy was organic.
Yeah.
And I remember I asked the question, and I'm like, I just do ads right now, and they're like, we do like 40 million. I think they were like, we do 20 million a year with sales, and we still do organic. Like we still go out and post, the owners of the company. And I'm like, but like, how do you find time for that? And my limited belief, right? And he's like, dude, organic is leadership. I remember hearing that. I'm like, he's right.
Yeah.
You can't lead with an ad.
Yeah.
You don't give value with an ad, right? An ad is what it is, an ad. To advertise to you, to get into something, to buy something. So when you hit a market, especially the market like I'm hitting, which is coaches want to grow a business, like that's a overly saturated market. I am competing in a red ocean for sure. I know that. It's not impossible. It's just harder. Then they're already numb to what an ad is. Mm-hmm. But you know what's rare is someone who actually gives a shit and will put in the time and effort to write really valuable things organically. Like to lead from the front, to do the stuff no one's going to do. And so I started to take it seriously, and I did. And it's funny because as soon as I took organic seriously, we had our highest cash collected month the next month. We had referrals coming, which is organic, because I was showing up more online, so people were like wanting to refer me more, and like I was more present.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also got more sales organically from just things I was posting. And then the next month, again, boom, 200,000. I'm like, whoa. And the 200,000, by the way, watch this. I was stuck at about 50 to 60 grand from ads only, because I also hired an agency, and the agency wasted a lot of our time, and they were not good. And here's the thing, they were the best in the industry. I was teaching their media buyer how to run ads, but because I was so focused on finishing, I wanted to we were revamping the program.
Yep.
I didn't have time for marketing, so I was hoping if I paid these guys, they could just bring in calls and my team will have sales. And that was a bad idea. But I learned a lot. I ended up having to teach the media buyer when I would come on, and like they were just bad. The strategy was bad, everything was bad. And I'm like, because my focus wasn't on advertising, my ads weren't doing well. Mm-hmm. And that's what I found. When I focus, I really do well with it. Like my ads convert. So that month we were stuck at like 58, 60 grand the whole month for like literally 23 days into the 30 days.
Yeah. So like 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks of the month.
And then I just got pissed.
Sorry.
I remember I looked at it, I'm like, okay.
Flashback.
I'm like, okay, Jay. Let me loose, man. Take me out of the cage. Throw me into the market, man.
Armin gets very yeah.
I'm like all like Creed, man. I'm like, just throw me in. I'm gonna turn this around right now. I'm like, we're not only gonna make more money, because I signed up for a lot of masterminds, so we had like some hefty invoices we had to pay. So I'm like, I didn't even have enough for the invoices to pay. I'm like, damn. That's what happens when you spend too much on masterminds. Masterminds are like the cheapest ones are like 30 grand.
Yeah.
US for us it's like 38 grand. So I'm like, man, I gotta pay these. But I'm like, screw just paying these. We're gonna have our best month ever.
We're gonna pay everybody everything.
And I'm like, we're gonna have the best month ever. And man, in the last 7 days,
Armin was throwing cash.
Honestly, in the last 5 days, because the first 2 days I kind of just started doing something different. In the last 5 days, we did $150,000. That was when my belief system like expanded.
Yeah,
I'm like, man,
exploded. The
only limitation a business has is the owner. Because I was sitting around thinking like, the way I was approaching things was making me like waver. I'm like, man, I was lazy. Man, I got 200 grand and $150,000 in 5 days. You guys are talking about months. That was when we had our first 30K day, by the way.
Yeah, the very
that was the first one. Yeah. I remember looking at my Stripe. I'm like, damn, that was a month before.
Yeah.
So, organic is really what shifted it, man. Now, it's not. Here's a couple more things. I made a post about this. I think I'm going to repost it today. I'm going to post it today. Yeah. One is that I went higher tickets. I doubled our prices. So we're about to increase our price again. But increasing price means you have a lean business because it takes less clients to hit the same numbers. But you also have better clients. So everything's just better. So that was one thing. Second thing was if you don't already, you need to have an on-demand training. You need to have a model where you 100%. You don't deliver coaching to your clients one-on-one. I do have that, but it's a very expensive offer, and I have a cap to that. But my core offer that I was selling, that one is streamlined, which means I could sell as many as I want, and it's not going to hurt my clients' results, but I can take on as many as I want, and I don't have to deliver all the coaching personally. So that's another thing. The third thing I think we did was we combined organic with paid. So that's really where it kicked in. Is after that $200,000 a month, I'm like, man, organic's powerful, but I know ads are important. So I combined something. The last that's how we're gonna hit 300-400 grand this month, because I've combined something and I call it like hyper organic, because it is organic, but it's using ads to bring in leads and organic to convert them to calls. Brilliant. And then we have a webinar kind of process in the back end to qualify everybody. So now we have the best of all the worlds. And it's working really well, super streamlined. So that's kind of what we did. And the last thing was core team, man. You got to have a team. Like, don't even talk about doing 100 grand or more a month until you know you have at least a few people you can build this with and run it with. You are joking. I don't know.
That is very important.
Very scary thing to go past 30 grand alone. Or with a bunch of like...
half. I was going to say half. I don't want to swear. But people who aren't committed.
Yeah. You gotta be careful. I'm lucky. My team, like this team we have here, I've been developing them over now going on 2 years almost. It'll be a year and a half at this point almost. Yeah. Well, a year for half you guys, the other like almost 2 years now for you guys.
Yeah.
But we were luckily always here prepared, and they believed in me and what we do. And so I got lucky because my capacity for team was always there. I just needed my marketing to fix. But I feel like most people have the reverse problem, is that the marketing is easy to fix, but they have no team in place.
Really good point.
So by the time you get to 30, 50 grand and you try to push for 100, you're actually going to burn out.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck with too much clients to deliver, not enough people to depend on, or things are going to start breaking.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have all this flow coming, even if you make sales, but you won't handle it, so people are going to refund. It's going to be, quality's going to go down. It's very scary, man. You got to be careful. I would have never been able to get to 200, 300 grand per month without a really strong team. So those are the 4 things I think that really helped out. Going higher ticket, like even higher than high ticket. Like I was already charging high ticket, but I went higher. So I learned how to just close at a higher price point. Going on demand so I can streamline delivery. Combining organic with paid so I can, pretty much automate and scale book calls and closing them, and then develop a core team, a good sales team, a good core team to handle it all for me. So those are the main things, man. I hope that answered his question. Let me know if he has.
Oh, he's got a lot of follow-up. He said, da, 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 da. Wow, you are providing wonderful follow-up.
Come on, Akib.
Follow-up points, Akib. He said, with organic, he found it hard to scale. What's the best organic strategy that you found? That's number 1. He also said, excellent answer. Haha, Dan Henry Mastermind, I think. Wow. Agree, it's a red ocean. Well said. Same here. This agency wasted my time too. LOL, amazing. I saw the post, bro. I got a hybrid model, yes, with a course and a group aspect. Got it. Definitely organic plus paid. Answers it really well. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, if you got all that set up, like, let me know in the chat right now, like, where you're at in terms of sales. Just be open with me. I'm being open with you. So let me know where you're at, like, your best month so far. And then, like, if you already have all that set up, you should be easily scaling. I mean, unless you don't have a team. But, dude, millionaires haven't been created in the last 90 days, man. What we do works. It works well.
Yeah.
There's no, like, one size fits all. It's honestly customized. But let me know what your best month is so far. And I will tell you what I would do if I were you. If I was in your position.
To pump it up.
To go past the 6-figure per month mark, which is not hard, man. It's really not hard. Once you dial in booking calls, closing calls, it's not really hard. It's just a matter of elements. Is there anything else?
Yeah, we've got Shanta. I think that's how you pronounce your name.
Yep.
From Brampton. Hey, also a Brampton girl.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to you over the weekend. What's up?
We've got also Sushanta from India tuning in. Hey, Sushanta. He asked us. He also asked, how to join your team. We've had this question so many times on Clear Talk.
Yeah, you don't join our team. We choose you.
We are, headhunters, and we find you.
Yeah, but if you guys are serious,
send us an email.
I mean,
I'll read it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, it depends on what. We don't really need. Listen, I'm open, but just understand it's not easy to join this team. And I'm being real with you guys. It's already hard enough to get in our program. I don't care if you have money.
So true. And you're paying us.
You're paying. Like,
when you join the team, we pay you.
Yeah, like we know our stuff works, and we want to bring the best types of people in our program that are going to do some good in the world when we help them, and just good attitudes, good personalities. Like we really look for a fit. I've declined multiple people. Like in the last 30 days, I can think of people I've declined that were like, yeah, I can pay, I can do the payment, but I can do that. I'm like, it doesn't matter. No. It's not for you. You should go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So imagine that, and that's like clients. It's far harder to get into our team. Now we're talking about you get direct access to me, to the team.
Yeah.
You get the kind of training and culture that like is very hard to find. So it's not really like an public offer on the table. But if you're serious, make sure you're serious. Don't waste your time or our time. If you are really, you can reach out to me. Message me on Facebook. Let me know what your proposal is in terms of what you want to, Don't send me like a resume because I don't care. I care about your character. If you're good at skill, see, if you have good skills, that's one thing. If you have terrible character, I can't. It's not. You got to take a breakthrough coaching program before you work here. But if you have good character, anyone can develop skills.
Yeah.
So if you're serious, you can just message me on Facebook about what you want to do. And for us, and then we can, if I think it's worth it, we'll set up a time for an interview. But other than that, it's not just another option. We're not plan B, If you're gonna work here, we're plan A. We're not the side chick. We're not the, oh, I'm dropping my resume at multiple stores to see who picks me.
Yeah, no.
If I was in a mall and you're dropping 30 resumes, I'd be the one store that goes, oh, you're dropping other resumes? Yeah, you can't work here. Go.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'm like, you show up to the mall, you're walking directly to my store and saying, I only want to work here.
You have one resume in your little folder.
And that's the only way I even consider taking someone. It's like, I came in here just to work for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, good. Well, now consider it. Definiteness. We're not just a job opportunity. This is an Indeed. All right, go ahead. I'm going to stop. What else we got?
Keith followed up and he said his best month was $330,000 and he's had 6-figure months, but it's been yo-yo and he's been hitting average $60,000 a month the last 6 to 8 months. It's been frustrating. Yeah,
dude, that sucks. I had one of my clients, Matt and Aaron. They've hit 6-figure months too. For a whole year, they had like a good year. They did like I think a few million, and then last year they just dipped, and they've been hovering between 40, even as low as 30 to like 60 a month for a year until they met me. And then I came and I'm like, dude, we got to fix things. And see, what I did when I went in, there's so many moving parts that were out of place. And the way they were approaching the business was what was causing the yo-yo. It wasn't a specific marketing method. It wasn't a specific sales thing. It wasn't just a specific offer. It was because everything was dysfunctional. Mm-hmm. And see, the problem is with this, Akib, is when you get into the momentum of like things going downward spiral, everything encourages bad habits on everything. So you start to, as the owner, freak out because you're in the problem and you start making bad decisions. You don't even know it. So what I did with them is within 60 days, we got them back to 150 grand a month. But their best month, I think, was 120 or 30 in total in a month. And that was including all their low ticket offers, high ticket offers, everything. But just with their high ticket offer that I worked with, restructuring with them, repositioning it, increasing the price on it, and trained their sales. I even trained their sales teams to close higher and to get more paid in full, so their cash collected's heavy, like more healthier. They went back to, they did 149 grand last month. This month, I think they're past. They're going to get to 200 again. And their best month in 10 years was not even 149,000. They've done like 130. But I came in and we did their best month in 10 years of business within 60 days of working together. So if you've played at that level, man, if you're at that level of speed before, you're familiar with the multiple six figure a month mark, then reach out, man. Let's talk. I mean, I'm always open to talking to other high level entrepreneurs. I just really want to see who's a good fit, and like if we could create some crazy damage together, I'll be in, man.
He also mentioned, Armin, he's spending $10K a month minimum on ads, and his organic is dead. The Muslim market is dead as we target working pros and help them start a business. What is the best way to avoid broke people applying?
I would, dude, if you're working with me right now, first thing I would do is I would like literally look at those ads and I'd bring it down to like spending only $2 or $3 grand just to get leads, and then show you how to turn all of that organically into like a machine for booking calls. That's what I would do with you. That's what I did. I was tired, man. I was spending $500 a day on ads and shit, like nothing would happen. And then I give it to the agency. I was paying them plus the agent, plus the ad spend. And come on, I'm saying they're nothing. They're like someone would trickle in. And then, you know what they would do? They would come in and they'd be like, you know, your loading page of your book call page, your loading is too long. I'm like, let me get this straight. I'm giving you guys 15 grand a month in ad spend. You're only getting this many clicks on the ads you're making. So your ads are bad. They're landing on my landing page, and yes, my landing page was bad. The conversion was bad. I'll admit that. And it's because I didn't focus on it. And then I did, and I brought it up to, it was like 5 to 10% conversion. I brought it up to like 20% again. I'm like, you're telling me the reason why we're not getting calls is because my funnel pages load 5 seconds slower. I'm like, I'd understand why that might lose a couple people.
Yeah. Because
they just click off. Which, by the way, should be fixed with retargeting ads, which they weren't even running for me. I'm like, how are you not running retargeting ads? You guys are the best in the industry. You know, 80% of conversions come from retargeting someone. By the 5th to 7th time they see your ad, they're going to book.
Average.
They don't even have a retargeting campaign running. I'm like, do you guys need to buy my program? Man, I learned a big lesson with them. And they were coming like, yeah, man, the cost per impression is really high. That's why we're not getting results. I'm like, dude, hold on. Cost per impression has nothing to do with your actual click rate, your click-through rate. That has to do with the audiences you're sending your ads to. I'm like, you're putting my ad in front of the wrong people. So it doesn't matter how great my offer is. If I put a business offer in front of painters,
they're not gonna care.
They're not gonna give a shit. So I'm like, why are you like? And he's like, oh well, yeah, that too. I'm like, oh yeah, that too.
A frustrated Armin is a fun Armin.
I'm like, dude, if I didn't know anything about ads, this guy would have taken advantage in that moment.
Yeah.
Because he would have made me feel like I'm doing something wrong with my offer.
And this is why, we always tell our coaches that you need to know something before you ever hire it out,
Yeah, man. Like, dude, stop. Stop it.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah, and by the way, Matt and Aaron, they were doing the same as you. They were just running ads. They're spending a lot of money on ads. And they're YouTube ads, are running Alex Becker's version of YouTube ads. And they're good at their ads. They're getting 100. They were getting I think like an average of 30 to 40 book calls a week. And they have 4 reps. And all I did was teach them organic. The way I teach, hyper organic. Dude, these guys get like 30 to 40 like leads organically every day. They pay nothing for. Nothing. And they turn about 10 to 30% of those into calls. Do the math, man. On top of their ads. Yeah. So to me, I'm like, just stop doing ads. Like, not for that reason. Like, when I say ads, by the way, I mean like to a high ticket funnel, to some book call funnel. That is like, it works. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's so much more yo-yo-y. Like, organic, man, like today, if I want to go book 10 calls from my office, I can.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to.
Yeah.
It's an on-demand machine. Ads, you don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's like you got to write a good ad, then you got to send it to a good audience, and you got to make sure your funnels get so many moving variables, and you throw it out there, and you literally have to wait.
Yeah.
Will Facebook reject the ad? Will YouTube reject the ad? Will it get accepted and then be rejected tomorrow? Will your account be wrongfully and inaccurately banned for no reason? Will the audience be wrong? Will you spend the wrong amount of budget if you scale vertically? Are you going to bring cost per result up? There's so many variables, and it was annoying to me. I got really good, and trust me, I spent the first 6 months of my business just ads. I'm like, no, I never want to do organic. I want to be able to do nothing but turn an ad on. I got sold this idea by these internet marketers.
Yeah.
I just turned my ad on. I just clicked turn on
and
Facebook.
Book calls come in.
No. All these qualified calls show up, and they say, take my money. And I'm like, great. And you know what's funny? That first month hitting 34K, it actually felt like that.
It did.
So I got addicted to the feeling.
Absolutely.
I got this illusion. I'm like, I only spent this much. I made 10 times more, and they all showed up, and like half of them actually showed up. Like, I just started a webinar. I'm down. Let's go. I'm like, shit. I'm like, we're gonna get rich overnight. Like, and then reality, man, business. And business is about solving problems. The next month, nothing. Next month, I'm like 1 sale, 2 sales. Next month, I'm like, I'm dying here.
It was the drought.
And then I got COVID 4 months into that shitty streak. I'm sitting there like with COVID. Ad account shut down. I had this nightmare of a client that I shouldn't have sold, and I learned my lesson from that. That was refunding us, so they charge back. They wrongfully, R.I.P. They wrongfully disputed my payment, even though I said I'll refund you. But they're like, oh, and they were like an immigrant, so they didn't know what the hell they're doing. So they disputed it. Now Stripe's keeping 25% of my cash reserves. Man, it was fun. It was fun. It was lots of fun.
Yeah.
And that month I got pissed, man. I'm like, no. I'm fixing this.
I think it says a lot about you as a business owner with when you have these circumstances when everything is kind of going awry, all the systems that you put into place are falling short of what you need them to do, right? Your higher self, and we talk about this a lot, your higher self truly comes in at that moment and puts you in check again. So love that.
I'll tell you something, man. First thing I would do with you is I would get a mentor who's doing good so you can get their momentum rubbed off on you. That's a very important thing. You got to understand, man, listen, money's not, if your best month is 330 grand and you're hovering around 60, money is not an object at this point. Your KPIs matter more. If you can spend money and get into the vicinity in a circle of people that are doing really well, or work with someone one-on-one that's doing really well, it's just that just the energy rubbing off on you is going to be like really well alone. It's going to get you out of the mindset like, if it's possible, let's do it. But I'll be honest with you, if you're at that size of a business, there's so many moving parts. You need actual attention. Like someone needs to come in with you, look at everything. That's what I do with Matt and Aaron. I looked at every single thing. I'm like, dude, this is wrong. What are you doing? You're not even using your people right. I like restructured everything for them. Me and Jay is now training. They're not training their director of operations for them. We gave them processes and SOPs on how to run their roles. They didn't have any of that stuff. So we really transformed, not screw their money, man. We transformed their lives. And they'll say that themselves. So again, if you want to play ball, like in the big leagues, like I love to talk to you, man. Just reach out to me on Messenger. I'm always open today. I'll be open right after this show for about an hour before my next meetings and back-to-back calls. So if you want to reach out to me, and we'll see if I can give you any like personal advice on like what to do next.
Yeah.
And dude, I'll be honest with you. If I see that we can scale you back up to 300K a month, like shit, let's do it. Why not? Who cares? Let's do it. That'd be great.
Akib has some follow-up points, and then I'm gonna move on to the next question.
And let us know if we have any other comments about.
Yeah, of course. He said exactly. Retargeting is gold. 80%. Yes, that's mad. Fire them. We did. They are lying. Exactly. We know. Targeting is off for sure. And then he said he goes from Facebook ads to landing page to Facebook group to book call. You mean by hyper organic with ad/organic process? That question wasn't really clear. Sorry.
I think he's trying to figure out what hyper organic.
The process.
I'll make it easier for you, man. Hit me
Just
up.
call him.
Hit me up. We'll hop on a call. I'll show you exactly what I mean. I'll even show you what we do. I'll even show you our ads. Or the way we're running our ads, the funnel we're running it to, how we send them to a group, how we turn that group into a book call machine. Yeah, I don't care. I'll show them. I mean, you honestly, it'd be stupid if you could see all that and be like, okay, let me just go guess my way through it. It's like, if you want to actually scale back up, we're gonna work together. I'm being real with you now. If you don't want that, you got mindset issues. We got to work on that first. I was talking to a guy over the weekend. This guy, man, he is like a celebrity in the network marketing world. And I hit him up. I'm like, yeah, have you ever considered building a program to sell? Because you could literally make an extra $2-3 million a year just selling it to your downline.
Yeah.
He goes, I've always been wanting to do that. So we hop on a call. I've known this guy for a long time, 7 years. From what I know. So you've been in this business probably for 10 years now.
You've known him as long as you know me? 7 years?
FEMA days.
Oh, wow. 7 years.
But he's been in this longer. So I'm like, at this point, you should be a millionaire. He's not. Not my fault. Network marketing, I don't know. I was there before. My point is this. Let me stick on the point. I'm like, at least this guy should be making 50 grand a month after all these years in the kind of like the events I see him run. There's like, he has thousands of people come out. I'm like, he has to be making at least a consistent 50 grand a month, right? Like, I mean, if you're not, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, after
so many
5+
years,
maybe 10 years.
Even if, and I think there's like probably over 1,000 people or 2,000 people on his downline at this point. There should be way more. Probably more. Even if he was making like $100 a person per month. I don't know how the model works, but like even if he was making that, he should be making like 300 grand. You know, like I don't know, like something crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he makes. But I got on a call with him, we talked, and the first thing this guy said, I'm like, yeah, man, I could help you. Like, I have a step-by-step process from zero to building $1 million business. Like, there was nothing we've left out. And we give you hands-on help. You get one-on-one access to my team. Like, we do everything with you. So there's nothing to worry about. It's just a matter of do you want to. It's not a matter of if you can. It's a matter of do you want to.
Yep.
And he goes, yeah, man, it just comes down to, like, how that's going to look and, like, what it's going to cost. In my head, for a moment, I stopped and I'm like, hold on. You're making all this money. Why does it come down to what it costs? Like, it's like I'm telling you, yo, I'm going to tell you the stock to put into. You're going to get back $1 million this year.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it just depends on how much the stock price is. What? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
You're putting into a stock, it's going to make you $1 million. Even if I told you just $900,000, you're making $100,000 profit. It doesn't matter what it costs. And my point is, like, two things ran through my mind. You either don't have money, because only a person who doesn't have money will worry about costs. Right? Mm-hmm. They're lacking money. Mm-hmm. Russ, why does it matter? Mm-hmm. I just bought a $30,000 another program this past week. You know how the sales call went? Yeah. So what do I get in it? I just want to know that I don't have this.
This is
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. How do I pay? Well, yeah, just pay this much right now. I'm like, cool. Send me the invoice. I'll pay it. I didn't even know what it was, by the way. I don't know how much he was going to charge. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let's do it. Dude. It's because I have money sitting in my bank account. So if you're making money, where's it going? If I have money sitting in the bank account, why would I hesitate on what it costs? Who cares what it costs? I'm buying to get return, not to save money on the price. Ooh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, two things run through my head. This guy either has no money, or he has money, but he's still poor in his head.
Yeah.
Poverty mindset, man, you could take that shit with you to the millions. You could still be looking at
absolutely.
You could still be looking at finding cheaper gas stations even when you're a millionaire.
more time, Armin?
You can still be looking at finding the cheaper gas station by the cent even when you're a millionaire. That has nothing to do with how much money you have. It has to do with your mindset. You can still be looking at, dude. You can still be looking at getting discounts on softwares or finding cheaper softwares when you're a millionaire.
Yeah, trying to find torrents.
Dude. You can still be looking at trying to hire VAs overseas because you don't want to hire a salary person. Even when you're a millionaire. That's a poverty mindset, dude.
We knew those people well.
Yeah, man. You got to be careful, dude. So, my point is, it shouldn't matter what it costs. It doesn't matter what I charge.
Because you're looking for a result here.
Because the guarantee is you get back way more than what I charge.
Yeah.
And that's ethics. To me, that's integrity. I'll
100%.
always charge less than what I know I'm going to get the person.
100%.
At least 3 times their money back.
Why do you think I'm ready to raise the prices all the time? Because I know.
I'd rather give them a 10x, like 5 to 10x return. And they're grateful.
I know.
Because I have a longer term vision. I'm not trying to get rich tonight. I want to build something over the next decades. And one day I want to do like 10,000 person seminar. So I just want a huge customer base. I want a lot of people to know me. Because one day we're going to create some heavy damage in the world, man, in positive ways. So, anyways. So
we're going, just going off.
Are we going to get to questions today?
You know? Yeah, I don't know. We're just, who knows? You said it was going to be
This is a great conversation. It's a great conversation.
So Akeem said, I had, a little bit a while ago, he said, I had that Stripe shut me down and I had over 1 million cash go through that. Crazy, right? Christopher followed up and he said, hey, Christopher.
Doyle?
Christopher Doyle.
What's up, brother?
So Chris is one of our new family members. He hopped in to the program last week. And I know we've talked about the flash award before, guys, about how fast people go. We got to make something new because that's not even the flash award.
That's the quantum.
That's the quantum.
That's the Ant-Man quantum award. Yeah. When you go through quantum and come back in like 5 seconds.
Oh my gosh. And Armin was Friday's coaching call. I think Chris hopped on Wednesday. Or I think I onboarded him Wednesday or something crazy. And Friday, he's on the coaching call. He's like, hey, can you review, I don't know, his offer, which is at the end of module 2. This is 20 hours of content later.
Yeah.
And Armin's like, no way you watched it. He's like, yeah, man. Yeah.
What'd you do all day? He's like, I just watched videos. You literally, he just graduated through 2 years of university in 2 days.
Like that. But Chris said, if anybody's on the edge about joining Armin's program, pull the trigger. It'll be the best decision you'll ever make.
And Chris hasn't even made money yet, man.
I know.
Wait till you.
He hasn't been here for a week.
Just because their training's so strong. Man, I love him. He's going to do great.
Yeah. And then Oscar also said, you are a beast, Armin. We love you, Oscar.
And a different animal at the same time. Love you, man.
And then Akeem just said, amazing value, bro. Love you.
Love you too, man.
Okay, so we can get into some questions. Let's do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless there's anything else you want to say. Oh my God, it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah. No, nothing else to say. Just
10 to 1. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
But we started a little later today.
So we started 10 minutes later.
Yeah. Where did the time go?
Guys, we can go 2 hours. I don't care.
Where did the time go?
Okay, well, first question, go.
Okay. I'm shocked, guys.
There were good questions, Akeem.
We were just flowing. Akeem, thank you. Thank you for the conversation. So question number 1.
Akeem, man, I feel like I know.
He's in the UK. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think I know who you're talking about. I just want to make sure it's the same person. Let me check. I think I know who you're talking about.
Okay, let me know when you're ready for the
Wait, Alex is on here too. Hey, Roxas, quick. Hold on a second.
Oh, he just texted.
They sort of build an audience. Good, man. Alex is in here too. I think you're in yeah, man, Akeem, bro. I knew it was Akeem. I'm just thinking of a different spelling in my head. I can't see his name.
Yeah.
Akeem, man, welcome to the community. I didn't know you're in here, bro. This guy's a beast. Akeem's a beast.
I don't know Akeem.
He does imagine what we do, but only for a Muslim market.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, how to build I think it's a halal business if I'm not mistaken, but
You told me about him.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I talked about you, man.
Armin told me about you.
I'm like, this guy's the most genius offer ever.
Because it's halal.
Yeah.
It's always halal.
Wicked, man.
I love that.
Yeah. Like a year ago, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, let's just talk, man. We've already talked before, so just let us know, man. Let me know. Let me see if I can help out. Even if I can get on call and just fix it for you quickly, you don't have to do anything else. We'll do that. Cool. Yeah, man.
Nothing haram if you work with Akeem. Only halal.
I love that. It's so I love it. That's a niche, man.
That's a strong. We were talking about that for a while because I was like, that's so clever, so clever. Anyways, do you want to answer Alex's question in the comments?
Quick one. Best way to build an audience. Depends on defining building an audience, because that can mean many things. That can mean like best way to grow my page fast, or fill my group faster.
More emails on my list.
Yeah, like it really depends on what you mean. The fastest way to build. Okay, I'll give you the answer to all of them. Rapid fire. Ready for this? Fast way to build an email list: make a lead magnet in the quickest way possible. Actually, I'm going to give you a really good method. Use a hack. Do a 2-step post on your Facebook. Saying that if you made something, who would be interested. If that does well, turn that into a real lead magnet, run it as an ad, and put them on your list, okay? In order to get it as a PDF. That's a fast way to build your email list. Creating a simple, not like a really advanced, like even my 7-figure secrets PDF, like honestly, I wish I didn't take so much time on it, because I have some lead magnets I made overnight that did faster and better results. That's a quick way to build your email list. Second thing is, quick way to build your Facebook group is to promote doing things inside the group and outside the group, telling people to go to your group to get it. So I'm about to release a video about to do this. Just tell them to go to the group to get it. Okay. And also running ads. So, but I can't answer that in like one sentence. There's a process to that. You got to be compliant. There's a lot of things. Third thing, fastest way to build just an audience, like on Instagram. There's agencies that do it. I hired one once. They grew my account, but didn't really make money. But it grew my account and it was organic. My favorite thing to do is run ads. Okay, when you get those ads, your email list, hit that list up with follow me, retargeting them, because now they already know you from an ad. They'll follow you on Instagram, and that's called. I learned that from Dan Henry. It's called reverse organic. It's actually brilliant. I never really actually used it to a full extent, but I did it for a while, and it was smart because people in our emails and in our ads would follow me after, and that's how they would follow me on Instagram and somehow book a call through that. So that's called reverse organic. And fastest way to build an organic audience, put out story posts. Like, don't do value posts. None of this shit works, man. Like, the best stuff I've ever seen is story posts. People love before and after stories. Like, where you were, where you used to be, something that happened to you dramatically that you fixed. Think about every great movie in Hollywood.
Yep.
Right? You got a character that starts in a setting where they're somewhere bad. They're on a journey to fix it. They go through trials and tribulations, and they fix it. Then you fall in love with them because they figured it out. Okay? If you can write a post like that 3-4 times a week, and you post it into other people's groups where your market is, in your own group, in your Facebook, and your Instagram, and those go viral, that's the fastest way to organically to become like, grow a real list of hundreds of qualified people overnight, is getting a viral post.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I did one of my story posts in a group. Got like 700 likes, 300 comments. Overnight, I had like all these friend requests, messages, people booking calls with us, it's the most fastest way to grow. That's organically. Hopefully that answered. That was like a lot of quick little answers. And Issa says,
yeah, I just saw his.
Yeah, read it.
So Issa just commented. Issa also just joined our program, guys. Welcome, Issa. He said he finished module 2 and he's going to start module 3 today. The clarity of who I help has been a major breakthrough. I think once I get the audience side figured out, it will be insane the level of help I can offer my market. Love
Issa. By the way, Issa has a sick offer. He's helped 20 people make 6 figures trading stocks and quit their jobs.
Yep.
And he's made he already did $250,000 last year selling coaching, but now he's with us to really scale that to the $1 million mark. So that's pretty exciting stuff. And then Alex says, F clever, dude. Fucking clever, right? Damn it, goat. Goat means
greatest of all time.
Yeah, man, no problem. You're welcome, bro. Rock and roll. If you need help, just hit me up. Like, I can always help you out with that too. We have a lot of stuff. Like, I'm a generous guy, man. If you're talking to me on the chat, and obviously my goal is to get you as a client, because if I do, we could go to the next level. It could be the next success story. It's a win-win situation to me. And to me, I think that's the most noblest, honest, integrable thing to do. Just be upfront. I want you guys to work with me. I want you to become a client because I know it's possible. Like, I'm so confident in what we do. There's like not even an ounce of me that's worried about what's going to happen if you pay us, because I know you're going to get like so much value, like so 100%. Much, man. So obviously to me, I have like no net, like I have no limits, and I have no like scarcity. Like, oh, I don't want to give away my stuff. I don't care. Alex, if you hit me up and I see where you're at and what if I have something in my paid program that I could give you, like one of our trainings or resources, I would. I've done that before. I've given people like access to like my sales training for free, and I'm like, go. If you can close clients, you'd be stupid not to come back and work with us with everything else, because this is just one video. So I'm kind of like that, man. It's how I am, To me, I'm like, man, kill them with value. I mean, nobody else will give you the stuff. Like, here's my thing. I know information isn't what is the problem. If information changed people, everyone will be like fit, rich, and happy right now. Because everyone has access to all types of information on the internet. So is information really going to change someone's life? Is a course going to change? If I give you a training, even if I give you access to my course right now, sure, maybe 10% of the people will go and actually have the willpower to do it properly and actually by chance figure it out, like how to implement what I'm saying, right?
Implementation.
But 90% of people will treat it just like anything else. Leave it on the shelf. They'll get emotionally tired and let it go.
Yeah.
They'll get stuck and not know how to deal with the problems personally because that's not in a training video. So my whole thing is like, sure, I'll give you my information, but then what? You really think you're going to build like a $5-10 million business because you learned something? No, man. Scaling a business is about mastery, my friend.
Yeah.
It's about mastery. Mastery comes with mentorship. Okay, you need someone.
Mastery does come with mentorship.
I would never be here if I wasn't getting mentored by the president of Think and Grow Rich about how I think and how to think bigger.
Yeah.
Some of my mentors that build $50 million companies, if they show me how to approach my people in leadership, if I didn't hire the right marketers to kind of show me what I'm doing wrong in my marketing, I have a mentor for everything. That's really what it is. And if you're afraid to invest into that,
then
your problem isn't your business. It's you. Because you don't get yet the power of investing in oneself.
Absolutely.
I'm more excited when I choose to buy into a mastermind or an offer that's like super, super premium expensive. My first return on investment is the impression I get on myself because I again invested in myself, so I know I believe in me. All over again. It's the most powerful thing. You know what's crazy? Right after you invest in yourself, you always make a boatload of money really quickly.
Yep.
Like as soon as I dropped $30K this past week, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to work with this person because I know it's going to work. Dude, we had an $80,000 a week all over again. I'm like, dude, that's great. $30K a day. Like, think about that. I spent $30K. First of all, I haven't even started with the guy. Think about this. Let me tell you a story. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday I decided to do it.
Yep.
So I paid the payment. Okay. Next day, it was Monday I talked to him. Monday or Sunday, I don't remember. One or the other. The next day, we had a $30K day. I spent $30,000 on mentorship. And I had a $30,000 day cash collected the next day.
Yep.
And my first session with the person I paid was 5 days later.
Yep.
So it's not like that even helped. Like it was just the energy, man. It's energy, man. That was $100,000 a week. Like half of that was cash collected.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You guys are slow. You gotta speed up. Gotta speed up. Hopefully it answers.
Yeah. Issa said, thanks for the shout out, bro. Oscar said, the most value I had from you guys is mindset. Without that, no information will generate results.
Again, that's coming from a client that's just crossed $100,000 in Stripe. So.
Yep. And then Issa also said, yep, I was on a call with you when you booked your flight. Oh, well.
The flight?
He said he was on a call with you when you booked your flight?
No. Oh, no. I think he's talking about mentorship.
Anyways. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's about 1. Do you want to take another question? Do you guys have any other questions in the comments?
Yeah, if you guys have questions, we'll answer yours and we'll just...
I know. We'll just hold the questions that we've got for next week. But, I also want to add and just piggyback what Armin said. And I think that if you are in the coach space, if you're a coach, it's not only stupid of you to not have a coach or a mentor, but it's incongruent. You're not in 100%. Integrity. If you don't have a coach or a mentor or anybody who you're learning from along the way, right? Because again, you as an individual can only get you so far. You can only see so much, especially if you don't have a team. Like, God forbid you're actually doing this by yourself, a single coach, monitoring, managing all of the above, your clients, your delivery, your sales calls, your onboard, all of the things. And on top of that, you don't have a coach or a mentor.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would expect yourself to do well.
I was talking to someone over the weekend. Issa, I'll see you soon, man. Let me tell you something. I was talking to someone over the weekend, and I'm like, they're like, yo, I want to build a business. And I'm like, yeah, we work with people to scale, but we have everything you need to start it too. And this guy's like, yeah, man. I'm like, so what's your plan?
Mm-hmm.
You've never done this, right? He goes, well, I'm thinking of creating a bunch of videos and start posting online. I'm like, hold on, let me ask you a question. Because I'm like, what is a stupid way to start? Like, what do you mean? That's like, I feel like that's what every beginner in the market thinks. Let me just start showing up on social media about me being this coach, and then somehow a business will get built from that randomly. Like, that's not how it works. I feel like some beginners, they go let me just let me make my Instagram page.
Yeah.
Let me call myself coach. Like, I'm a mindset coach now. So now it's business started, right?
Yeah.
That's the equivalent to them of incorporating the company.
Yeah.
Oh, I put mindset coach on my Instagram bio, so now I'm a mindset coach. Okay.
Yeah.
No. So I'm like, he's like, I'm gonna start putting out videos. I'm like, hold on. Have you ever built an online business? Sorry, a coaching business. He goes, yeah, there's some e-com stuff, and I'm like, coaching business.
Yeah.
E-commerce.
Yeah, no, I know, but that's not coaching.
He goes, no. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, how are you expecting, why would you try to fly a plane without getting an instructor? And he goes, well, I'm like, what you're saying is, let me go try to fly this plane. And once I try to figure out and crash and burn, I'll come back and get an instructor. Like, I'll pay you to instruct me.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, that's a little extreme. It's not the same thing. I'm like, you know what? You're right. It's not. It's much worse. Because there are more moving parts in a business than there are in the cockpit of a plane.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's more moving parts in a business, more moving variables, more things you don't understand, more confusion, and more things can go wrong than the buttons and the cockpit of a plane.
Yeah. He
goes, true. I'm like, so I would rather fly a plane without an instructor than gamble my time, energy, money, and my emotional resources in doing a business on my own. Honestly, some of you guys, maybe I'm like, Garmin, that's extreme. No, you don't get it. I've been in business for 7 years. I know what it's like to think I'm just going to do this. Not like, let me save my money. And the irony is you lose more money on your own just testing stuff.
Absolutely.
Making mistakes than you would have if you just paid someone.
100%.
Which is, and again, where does that come from? It stems from poverty, man. Only poor thinking people think about, let me save money to make money. Only poor thinking people are like, oh, let me just save the 5, 10 grand or 20 grand this person was going to charge me, and I'll go get my first client. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Let me just go do this thing I've never done without ever learning from anyone as a teacher. And then also thinking that I can take up a bunch of information on my own, not knowing anything about it. So even the way I'm learning it could be wrong. Yeah. And then maybe I'll think about getting some. It's just, what the problem with business is, man? The industry? Is because in school, in the academic world, there are obvious concrete paths to what you have to go through to learn to be qualified to do something in a profession. Because there's none of that, a legal body that like enforces you to go through something to learn business in the business world, and you can technically do anything from scratch. The problem is the minority of people that are really smart figure it out, and the majority of people go out and just fall flat on their face until they quit or die. And it's because I think they think it's different than what an academic journey would be. It's not.
Nope, not at all.
If I want to be a lawyer, I have to learn the law. Right? Mm-hmm. If I want to be a doctor, I have to learn biology. I got to learn science. I got to learn the body. Anatomy. I got to learn this stuff. Right? If I want to be an engineer, I have to understand the science of things.
Yep. We've talked about this concept many times on the show, guys.
You want to be a successful business owner, you have to understand business.
Yeah.
I do get. I know. It's because there's no enforcing body. There's no legal body or association or there's no like overseeing thing that goes, for you to do this business, you must go through these things to become good. Yeah. And for that reason, everyone treats a business like a poker table. Actually pretty deep. They do. You're no different than the person sitting at a poker table at the casino, not knowing many of the rules, but just hoping if you just make a couple random calls, you'll win a pot, and you'll go home with it. Yeah. It might as well. You have a better chance going to the casino. You have a higher chance of succeeding making money in blackjack than you do on business on your own.
Wow. Dude. Huge. Issa commented and he said, savings gets you nowhere. It's the number one thing I talk about in my program, Armin. People are too scared of financial loss, which is systemic conditioning. But if they learn to manage financial loss and turn it into a longer-term thesis, the payout is always endless. Endless. Capital letters.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like, God. The unfortunate thing is, like, the way that the industry of business should be structured is that everyone should be wanting a mindset program first. everyone should be smart enough to realize they're dumb.
That's very true.
Everyone should be, like in a perfect world, everyone should be smart enough to realize they know nothing.
Yeah.
And they should be more willing to put all the money they have into getting mindset training and growing and personal growth and just learning how to think differently before they're willing to put into marketing, sales, or business stuff.
That's truly the baseline. Wow.
And then they would realize how easy it is to grow a business once you have grown yourself.
Absolutely.
Then they will realize how easy it is to build a team, make sales, build a good offer, get through trials and tribulations and mistakes and failures, knowing you built yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
In a perfect world, everyone would want what they need, not instant gratification. In a perfect world. But it's not like that. You have people who have never built a business who are more willing to give $5,000 to someone guaranteeing them making money this week than they do spending $1,000 into attending some seminar or course on how to think differently.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. People are more willing to pay $50,000 to someone who guarantees them more money or business operations than they are willing to pay $10,000 to someone to show them how to improve their relationships in life so they can trickle into their business. And there's a very, very small slice of the world that will pay Tony Robbins $100,000 to $1 million because he's going to come in and make them change their life, not their business. Those people are very happy people.
Yeah.
Because they put their money in the most important thing, themselves, not their business, not their marketing, not their this, not their that. In a perfect world, man, the industry is upside down. You know how I know? Because I started, man. My first 3 years was breakthroughs. And I struggled so hard, even though we did like 800,000-900,000 in sales over the course of those 3 years, which is nothing. We did $100,000 first month, first year, $250,000 next year, $500,000 the next year. So we did like $850,000, and that's fine for a 20-year-old kid. I was incrementally growing. I was happy about that, but business was stupid. The profit margins were low, but man, I really experienced what it's like to sell a bunch of people solutions to problems they don't even know they have. I really experienced what it feels like to be having the cure to cancer in my hand and having to force people to want it.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
That had cancer. That's a metaphor. I know what it felt like because the only people, like there's only two types of people in this world that are looking for actual personal growth. The ones who are really rich and super wise, so they realize everything they put into themselves will incrementally grow them faster than anything business can teach them. Those are people you don't even know them. They usually know you. They find you somehow. And you got to be at such a level that those people are like, no one can reach them. And then there's everybody else who's like really messed up. They're like super messed up in life. And they just want to feel better because they feel like shit. Everyone in between, which is the majority of the world, their egos have convinced them they don't need personal growth. They don't need leadership training because they're good. What they're doing works. I'm fine. I don't need this. I know what I'm doing. They think they're right.
Mm-hmm.
But too ignorant to realize, or at least too unaware to realize that their right is producing that result. That result's not good. So they defend the problem. Too many people normalize shitty results. I don't really talk to my family that much. That's okay. I don't know. It's good. Oh, I fight with my girlfriend, boyfriend all the time. That's normal.
Every relationship has problems.
Yeah. Oh, business is hard. Yeah, I make money this month, don't make money that month. It's fine. That's how it is. Oh, I'm overweight. Can't breathe because I'm panting at my desk. But as long as I make money, that's fine. There's so many like just messed up and balanced value systems out there.
Yeah.
And so when I tried to sell it, it didn't work. When the people I wanted to find to help, honestly, the people I wanted to find and help weren't looking for that help. Like, I didn't know where to find them.
Mm-hmm.
The only people I attracted were people that are really in low places in life. And to me, I'm like, and they don't even have the money to pay for it. They're too scared. Like, it's tough, man, being in the business of breakthrough because, like, you need to make money, but you also want to help. But the people who really need help, like, if they were going to see doctors, that's how bad they need help. They'll never pay because they have no money. Or they just have too much fear. And the people that you really want to help will only pay you if you could promise them lots of money. Right?
Yeah.
That was my observation. As I'm growing now, I realized that the more successful you become, you attract some people. You start attracting the people that have lots of money and they value personal growth more, which is what I'm saying. 2 types of people. It's like the super rich, super poor, middle class in between. Those are the ones that are stuck. Mm-hmm. At least the poor people have some motivation to change.
Yeah.
The rich people have some wisdom to change. But the middle class is where everyone is. They linger. Those people, you have to they're either the fear of going poor makes them move, or the promise of getting rich makes them move. Mm-hmm. But their biggest issue is that they think the way they think is right. Man, I'm telling you, man. I spent time with my brother yesterday. He's stuck. I was trying to help him. I'm like, dude, I don't want to one day have to like carry your ass around things because you are broke. I'm like, you gotta get your shit together. You're my bigger brother. Do something. And it's the problem, man. You'd be like, whoa, I've done fine. And he's like defending his way of thinking. I'm like, but the way you're thinking got you these shitty results. Why are you defending it? You should be like, yeah, screw how I think. See, in a perfect world, you would say, screw what I know.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You'd be humble enough to realize you don't know shit. Mm-hmm. My mentors, multi-millionaires, their mantras are, the more I know, the more I need to know. Yeah. That every time they learn something, they go, I'm just starting still. I'm just getting started.
Absolutely.
Still got so much to learn.
The more I learn, I need to learn.
Another one they say is, the more I know, the more I realize how much I don't know.
That's another one.
But see, the mediocre in this world are reverse. The little I know is all I need to know. Yeah. What I know is everything that is out there. That's how everything is.
It's good enough.
That's how everything is. What I think is everything. Yeah. All people like this are like this. This business is like this. I was telling my brother, and I'm like, I don't know if he actually believes what I'm making. Because he sees my post, but I don't know, like, I don't show him my account. I mean, but because, like, there's no point. He never asks. I don't think his ego will. Let him. But I was telling him, I'm like, I'm like surrounded with some people that are doing $400,000 or $500,000 a month. They're young. He's like, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm serious, man. He's like, no, shut up, man. He owns a brick and mortar business. I'm like, I don't know why you're doing that still. Like, the internet has made it the easiest time in the history of mankind to become rich. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. He goes, dude, they're not making that much. That's all bullshit. I'm like, and that's why you're poor. Because you refuse to believe the possibilities of it. Yeah. And in fact, you defend your limiting belief. Man, and it's a way of doing it. It's not just with money. Even when I show him sick kick, he's like, that's not his voice. I'm like, why are you skeptical about his voice? It's just how he does everything.
It's skepticism.
I'm like, dude, that's how he sings. He sounds like The Weeknd. He's like, bro, that's auto-tune. I'm like, first of all, it's a big deuce because, like, singing and auto-tune are two different things. It doesn't matter. It's still his voice. But I'm like, why are you even trying to think he's, like, scamming? What's wrong with you, man? I'm showing them this sing. I'm like, dude, look how good he sings. Look how good he is. He's like, yeah, but that's, like, that's for sure not his voice. I'm like, what up with you? What are you... I don't know what to say about it.
We got some comments.
Yeah, tell me.
Issa said, and then when they get to money with a crap mindset, they piss it away anyway.
Yeah.
That's the pathetic part.
That's worse.
Exactly. Do not normalize garbage. We got Jessica also commenting and says, mindset has been my top priority and my mental health. My spouse is always saying people are always thinking with their feelings.
Yeah, man. And here's the thing, like, man, it's so edgy. Everyone needs a goddamn coach and a good one, man. There's too many bad ones running around. Too many bad ones. You need one that's good, man. Because, like, I'll meet someone that has no mindset issues, but their only mindset issue is that they keep finding mindset issues. And they're good. The guy climbs to me up like, oh my God, this is a problem. I'm like, it's not a problem. Move on. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But see, if that person didn't have me there, they would literally go on and spend months, weeks, maybe even fall off because they thought that was a problem.
Yeah, I was going to mention that earlier.
Yeah, like, there are people, even the mindset is the fact that they're still addicted
to finding a problem, an issue,
and personal
making something simple, a big.
And there is such a thing as becoming addicted and distracted by personal growth. And what I mean by that is this: there's no amount of overdose of personal growth, but genuine personal growth. There is a type of person too. There's people out there in the market that distract themselves, make themselves busy by the feeling good of learning things. That person is also going to be broke, even though they're hyper-focused on growth because they're using it as an excuse now not to work. So there's those people too. Then there are the people who think they have no mindset issues. And the only thing they have is mindset issues. I worked with a client before, man. She was supposed to be one of the wisest people I know. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I think all the religions came together in this one statement. Jesus Christ, Buddha, Ali, like everyone. This girl, the only thing she had in her business as a problem was her. Everything else was good. But she was convinced the reverse. Everything's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly right, though. I'm like, okay, good luck. That's why your people leave you, right? And then there are people, their mindset's fine, but they're just lazy, man. They don't know how to work. And then there's the people that work, but they're too busy trying to make themselves feel good. I talked to a lot of people like that over the weekend, too. They were like, I'm still working on me. I'm like, how long has it been? 3 years. I'm like, yeah, wow. You building a house? Houses take shorter periods of time than 3 years.
Yeah.
You're still building yourself. What does that even mean? At that point, you're wasting time. Yeah. How would you ever know which one you are? You need a good mentor, man. I don't know how else to say it. There's no linear path to knowing.
It's true.
Like you need to, and that's the scary part. And you know, I've detached from feeling bad about this, but I am okay with knowing the majority of this world will literally live and die with unfulfilled things inside of them. And also ignorant to what the causes to that failure was, and also never knowing what was possible. And it's because of these things we're talking about.
Absolutely.
So, I'm going to look for the minority. The small few million people in this world that actually think the right way. That makes it work. So, any other things before we wrap up? Because I'm not doing questions.
Yeah, Issa said, I think one of my biggest struggles are when I get a major win. I think that's it. Being in this program showed me that breakthrough is just my new floor. Like, I thought helping 20 people was amazing. That's all a lot. That's at least what I want to help this year.
Yeah, man. A lot of things, man. You guys got to learn to think bigger, you know. You need people that stretch you. You don't need people that teach you things. You need people that stretch you. Teaching anyone can do. Like I said, I could give you access to my entire training. It won't make a difference unless I'm there with you going like, oh, that's how we should be doing this. That's really the key. So, this is a good show today.
Great.
Kind of felt it. Hit it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, we go live every Monday at 12 p.m. inside the High Ticket Coaching Community, this group right here on Facebook. If you guys enjoyed this, I really want you, first of all, if you think that we can help you out, reach out to me on Facebook and we'll book a call. It's a free call. I'm usually busy with clients. If I can take you, I will. If I can't, I have client strategists, some of my best people on my team that take care of our clients too. To be able to speak with you. And we just really want to see if it's fit. If it is, we both win. Who cares? This year could be the biggest year you've ever had, and it'll be a small price to pay for getting that. Mm-hmm. If you're also watching and you got some really good takeaways, I would love to know what your goal for this week is down below in the comments. So we can keep you accountable as well. Make sure you use the resources in this group. There's a lot of good stuff. Go into the announcements and scroll down and find the stuff that I posted. It's really, really good stuff. But yeah, if you're on YouTube and you enjoyed the show and you want to be a part of our awesome 7-figure community, then you just got to go to highticketcoachingcommunity.com and hit that subscribe button, because every time you do, an angel somewhere starts dancing salsa really well. Hit the like button as well, guys, and the notification bell so that you can get notified on YouTube when we drop videos, because we do. And I'm about to start making some real new YouTube training videos up to date with what we have. The last ones I made was like 8 months ago, so I'll make some new stuff. It's going to be really good. Love you guys so much. If you want your questions answered, by the way, go to AskArmin.com, submit your questions, and we'll answer them live on the show every Monday. We'll see you guys next week. Go on and make the rest of your week the best of your week.